Hello, my name is Gwen Ryder. Welcome to this webinar that I'm presenting for MBL on corporate transactions, that on mergers, sales, acquisitions, and etc. So the agenda for what we're going to cover, I'm just about to do. But before that, let me tell you what's in your pack. We've got a handout on transfers of going concerns, all the conditions of everything I'm covering today. That's quite a useful thing. And some checklists for you produced by HMRC on output tax, input tax, and partial exemption. Really, because they're very good. They're produced by HMRC for a different purpose than this, but they're rather good if you're looking to get your own sort of checklist together. I'm loath to be prescriptive because I think it can blink at us. Anyway, so the agenda for this webinar is we're looking at business sales, mergers and acquisitions by way of asset sales, whether that can be treated as a transfer of a going concern. Is there a supply and consideration there? Are we giving everything away? Don't think so. Sales of assets, we're looking at the VAT liability. What happens if we sell those assets physically offshore? Then we're looking at, of course, exports, which can be zero rated. Then we're looking at VAT-free transfers of going concerns, very detailed considerations, a lot of ducks to get into a row to achieve VAT-free status there. Cross-border VAT traps as well, I'll mention. Is it possible to have a cross-border TOGC? Yes, with difficulty, but it's possible. We'll look at the tax warranties and considerations for both sides. Who you're acting for, the seller or the buyer, because your considerations will be different, your loyalties will be different, and sometimes it's who blinks first wins. We look at VAT groups and anti-avoidance legislation around transfers of going concerns into a VAT group and how not to fall foul of those. Then we look at TOGCs containing properties and doing some very fancy footwork, if you like, on looking at property-only TOGCs. Then we look at, well, if I've incurred VAT on these deal costs, as you undoubtedly will, from VAT consultants, other consultants as well, will I be able to recover them as input tax or not? And it depends whether you're the seller or the buyer, and what what you use those assets for pre and post disposal.